Welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to try to install this bad boy. This is the new exhaust for Penelope Cruz, and I'm excited to put it on. I even went and got a new donut gasket, and I have a dB meter right here. It's a digital sound level meter, and it'll give us some real numbers to work with, not just you know, here, listen to it. This will show you exactly how much louder this new system is than the old system, because I'm going for loud. Now, it's important to note that if you're looking to get more performance out of your exhaust system on a Miata, you don't start with the muffler. You start with a good set of headers. The set of headers that I have my heart set on is about $1,000. And that doesn't include shipping. Then on top of that, the mid pipe that I want, it has the catalytic converter and everything on it like I want, with the O2 sensor spots where I want it, is almost the same price. So that's about $2,000, and I don't even get to the muffler yet. Since what I'm after on this project is to get it where I can actually hear it up above 40 to 45, maybe 50 mile an hour with the top down. Once I get rolling down the road and the wind noise gets going, I can't hear the exhaust notes, so I can't tell when to shift, and I actually have to look down at the tachometer, which I don't like. I'm not used to it yet, but I still don't like it. So we're going to put this on and fix it so I can actually hear what the engine is doing, so I can shift better at high speed out here on these country roads with the twisty turnings. So come along with us as we go and start putting this on Penelope. The first step is to put Penelope up in the air. The second step is going to be, let's see just how loud the exhaust is originally, and see what we've got to work with here. Do it one more time for a peak. Well, now that we've got a baseline, we know how loud the original exhaust is. And now we get to go and start trying to take this thing apart. First thing I'm going to do is go after it with a wire wheel and clean up the bolts, get rid of the rust and the grit and the grime. And then we're going to soak it down with PB Blaster and see if we can get it apart easily. First, we're going to go after it with a wire wheel. Next, we're going to go after it with a smaller brush to try to get some of the rust flakes that I couldn't get with the wire wheel. And next, we're going to go after it with a little bit of PB Blaster. And We'll let that soak for a little while. I'm going to go after it with a, what was this, a 14mm wrench. Everything's come apart on this. Let's hope this does as well. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. It's separated. Now we're going to go after the hangers. See if I can get them loose. Should I have to spray them with a bunch of WD-40 before they come apart? They're moving. They sure don't feel like they want to come off. Well, I got the back one off. That one came loose. That one's being obstinate. Let's go work on the other side. See if I can get this one off like I did the other one. Oh, maybe this one will come easier. Okay, that one came off a little easier. Sometimes I wish I was a younger man. It's coming now. Okay, that side's down. Now let's see if we can get this one off.
That's coming now. Okay, it's off, sort of. Here we go. It's off. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That was fun. Okay. Now that I'm dirty and grubby and that thing is off, I'm going to go clean up those rubber hangers. Make sure that they're still intact and worthy of putting on the new exhaust.
Well, I've gone and checked out the rubber hangers, and the rubber hangers are all still in great shape. There's no tears, they're not dry rotted or anything, they're just dirty. I'm gonna go clean them up in some soap and water, and that'll fix that. And putting them in warm or even hot soapy water will help rejuvenate the rubber a little bit, make it a bit more pliable, so it'll be easier to put on once I get around to doing that. But I ran into a little bit of an issue. My bolt-on replacement kit didn't come with bolts. The bolts that are on the original muffler are part of the original muffler. They're not coming off. They're not coming out. So looks like I'm gonna have to go poking through my junk pile and see if I can find some bolts that'll fit, or go to my friendly neighborhood hardware store and go find some metric stainless steel bolts and put on here, and so I can finish the project. I'll be back. Well, I'm back. Like I said, I'd be back, and I am back. I'm usually pretty good about that. I am back with approximately just shy of $6 worth of hardware from my local hardware store. And this is stainless steel, fine thread, and I'm going to be reusing the flanged nuts because they're designed to hold on without a lock washer. And we're going to put this all back together and see what she sounds like. It's important to note, we went and took all of these rubber hangers that are on here, and we went and put them in some really hot soapy water. Let them sit there and soak for a good 30 minutes. Then ran them underneath the sink and cleaned them up real good. Then put them back in some really hot soapy water and let it sit there for about 30 minutes again. And now these old hardened rubber hangers are nice and flexible again. They're pliable. And you'll notice when you take these things off that there's a difference in them. One of them has a hole in the middle, the other one's got a reinforcing bar in the middle. The one that's got the hole in the middle is the one that goes towards the front of the vehicle. The ones that have the little support strap in the middle go towards the back. That's so that they can flex properly with the vehicle. So let's put these things on. Now that all the hangers are on, let's go put it on the vehicle. And don't forget your brand spanking new muffler gasket. They call it muffler packing, and your hardware for the flange.
We're going to lift this up into place, and we're going to get the ones towards the front of the vehicle in first, because it's got a big hole in the middle. We can stab it on there easily and give us something to hang from. Now that we've got it just hanging in place, makes it a lot easier to get that second one that's towards the rear of the vehicle where it needs to be. Probably should have put a little soap on there. Oh yeah, makes it go slip right on. Now we can take this other one, put a little Dawn on it, and this one will slip right on. Ta-da! Put a little Dawn dishwashing liquid on that one, and already put some down here on this other one. And it slithers right on. I see that. Yeah. Here we go. Now that exhaust pipe is hanging where it's supposed to. Now we're going to hook things up to the mid pipe. We've got the new donut gasket. You want to make sure that that's centered over your mid pipe. And it will. And then bring it up to your new muffler. And prepare your hardware ahead of time. Here we go. Your one bolt and one nut. And make sure that that donut gasket is properly centered and seated so that you don't have any exhaust leaks. Now we get our sockets, kind of wiggle it around, make sure it's seated, then we'll get our sockets and tighten that up. And that's what she looks like. All up underneath the car. Two little mufflers off a Y pipe. That's exactly what I wanted.
Well, the installation is complete. I like how it hangs. I like how it goes and hooks up to all of the stock mounting points and utilizes the stock rubber hangers, and it hangs properly. It hangs level. Nothing's touching the plastic or anything over here, and it bolted right up without any problem after I went and purchased some hardware. But yeah, it looks good. Installation wasn't that difficult. Now, the part that I've been waiting for. Let's see how many decibels this thing throws out. This should be interesting. Now we're going to do this just like I did before. I've got the dB meter set about 3 feet away from the tailpipe in the exact same spot because I'm using the same mark on the floor, and we'll see what kind of dBs this throws. Let's set it up. Wow, okay. I'm impressed. Look at that. Can you read that? 114.7 decibels. That's loud. Yeah, I was shooting for about 105 decibels. And that works. You got to remember, every 3 dB is double the sound pressure. So this is quite a bit louder than the original. I cannot wait to get it out on the road and see what it sounds like. But so far, I am impressed with the OBX exhaust for the NC. It was easy to install. It looks good, and it's a little louder than the original. By quite a bit. I'm impressed. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on the farm for a bit, helping me get a couple of things done. I can't wait to take Penelope out. Come back and see us.